Only about 2,780 pounds. If I say you down with RBT, you say, yeah, you know me, you might like this little KZ camper we got coming in on trade over here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. SUV towable at less than 2,800 pounds. Nice, small, easy to manage size too. Only 7 foot wide, so it's easy to see around as well. It's a really slick floor plan in that it's more of a grower than a shower. You're going to start with just a little 16, 17 foot box, but you can open up one or both of the hybrid beds to give yourself far, far more space without the weight and the cost and the maintenance of a slide out, which are all nice things. Overall, looks to be in pretty solid shape. If you're looking to kind of just get started in camping, or if you're looking to upgrade from a pop-up, this is going to feel so easy compared to a pop-up. So along the way, if you see something you like, leave us a little comment. If you have a question, leave a comment on that too, and I'll do my best to get back to everybody. Now, the previous owners of this camper, they did a good job taking care of it to the best of their ability. I don't see any personal use and abuse or neglect issues. The RV, though, it is absolutely one of the most purest examples in the industry today of a price point trailer. And it is showing itself a little bit in a couple spots. And I'll point those out as we go. I don't see anywhere the RV has ever had a leak. I don't see anywhere that it's been banged up or damaged. I don't see anything like that. But, like if you look between the window and the dining table right there, you see some wavy wallpaper. Now that's usually exactly what a leak looks like, but if you get back here, it is solid as a rock. And this is actually peeled enough, I can see the wood underneath of it. You can see the wood is not miscolored. It's not molded. There has not been a leak in this wall. There has been heavy concentrations of like humidity and or condensation here. You will see that in a couple spots in the camper. If you look around, you'll see like here's another little example. And again, it's solid. It's basically like if you took an envelope and you steamed a stamp off of it to build a stamp collection. That's kind of what happened here. This is just wallpaper kind of quick stuck to a piece of Luan panel. And you know, if it gets exposed to enough moisture and humidity, it can soak through and it can degrade the adhesive, and that is the result. Now, those are by far the two most glaring examples of that in this camper. And if that's a deal breaker for you, no sweat. I get it. I don't personally think it's a big deal, but you don't know me from Adam. Maybe you haven't been watching our videos for years and know that we shoot people straight, and you don't know that, you know, we give you fair facts on these things. That's okay. So if that's a deal breaker, no sweat. Give another one of our RVs here at Haylett RV a look, and remember that we went out of our way to show you something that is extremely minor. I hope you appreciate that kind of transparency. Other than that, though, she's good. We are carpetless. We're easy cleaning. We can sleep, I think, you know, you say between 4 to 6 in here, because you got 2 on each of the front beds, and then you can sleep another one on that dinette. And this isn't exactly like a jackknife sofa. It's a slide open gaucho, but basically still a sleeper sofa. Just the bottom, kind of like a old camper. The bottom just slides forward and you can create a sleeping platform right there. I do like the cross breeze windows in here. That is a nice thing, getting some breeze whipping through right across those windows. And you do have like queen beds front and rear on this. Now you see those little bungee cords right there. Those are there so that you can just basically flip the bed end up when you're putting it away. And I tell you guys, if you're upgrading from something like a pop-up to a hybrid, you are going to think you're cheating. It is so much easier compared to a pop-up. It's hilarious how much faster this is. So flipping around the other direction here, taking a look at our kitchen station. It's a 6.5 foot interior, normal camper height. You might notice this does not have a vent hood above the stove. Instead, what you're going to have is the vent over here above the kitchen area. Now, it's not a powered vent. There's no fan there, but you do have power nearby, and this is not a laminated roof. Now, I know it looks really scary when you wiggle a Luan panel like that. That's normal. I mean, fifth wheels, you can do the same thing because it's not laminated. But that does also mean it's easier to run a wire to that vent. And if that's something you want us to do here at Haylett RV, that's easy stuff. We could do that no sweat for you. Let me see. What do I want to do here? Let's take a look at the kitchen storage. Starting up top here, sweeping our way down. Now, it is a single sink, but it's like a sink and a half. It's an extra large sink. Down below in the bottom left is our furnace. And you might have noticed those tote slide-out drawer things. They are lightweight. They're waterproof, they're easy to take outside, they're easy to clean, they're also less expensive. And that's really the primary reason they're used here. It's kind of a classic thing. And you know what? Less expensive doesn't mean bad. cheap sometimes can just mean less expensive. Cheap doesn't always have to mean like bad quality, you know? Now over here, if we open all that up and take a look, we are sweeping past a 5 cubic foot fridge freezer, and I like that extra closet space right there next to the entertainment center. And we already kind of peeked up here earlier, but those would be your TV hookups, and there's also a set of USB plugs up there, so I think this could be like a nice little phone charge station. Now, it does not have a roof air, but that means that we've got a lower exterior ceiling clearance, which is great if you want to try to park something inside a garage. And in this little space, for most climates, that side mount air is going to be fine. If you're like a desert camper, it might be a little tricky for you there. Now, just to give you a quick look back here at the rear bed, what's kind of cool about a little hybrid like this, you could use this as a small, single individual use camper. Not everything has to be about couples and kids, although you could easily use this as a couples camper like the previous folks did, or you can pop that extra bed down when you need extra storage or have extra people to sleep. So there's a lot of different things you can do with it. Now, in case you're curious, that is a piece of carpeting the previous owners had kind of cut to size and put in here. It is fully removable. It is not glued down. It is not hiding anything. There's no damage under this. Apparently, they just didn't want to get out of the shower and have wet feet. Maybe they felt it was slippery. I don't know. What is nice is the way it's, you know, they really kind of sized it in here. You could always take it out and clean it pretty darn easily. Foot flush toilet in the bathroom. And what you're going to want to do here with these shower walls, when you're done taking a shower, you want to take your towel and wipe down the wall panel real quick. Otherwise, you get more of that steam effect we talked about. Now, I noticed that the cleat for the shower head, it looks like it's been removed. It doesn't look like it was ripped out of the wall. It looks like it was intentionally removed. Now, I haven't seen it floating around the camper, so the good news is, though, that's an easy little thing to replace. If that is the only thing stopping you from buying this RV, you give our team here at Haylett RV a call. We will get you a new cleat for the shower head, and we will get you camping. No big deal. So I'm kind of going to make 2 passes around this one so you can see a little bit more, because sometimes when those beds are just open, you don't get to see some of the finer details. Like, it's nice to get to see that this does have those kind of nice positive latch bars right there, and those have a different key lock from most things, so a little more security. Now, full admission, some of the decals, they've seen a little bit better days. They're not bad, but the brand of manufacturer in this one opted, when the RV was brand new, to use a lesser expensive decal, and unfortunately it just doesn't seem to have held up as well as it maybe could have in the sun. That being said, the RV itself looks pretty good, because this is basically all a painted aluminum, so it doesn't really like oxidize easily. So if this ever got to the point that it really bothered you, I think what I would do is I'd just get like a nice high pressure power wash and just blow the rest of those stickers off. And it's funny, I put a poll out recently, and I'd love some feedback now. Like, what do you guys think of all the swooshy, kind of Adidas stuff going on the side of campers nowadays? Would you like to see if a manufacturer offered a no decal option? Leave me a little feedback on that. I'd love to get some more opinions. Now, the rear looks, the decals back here, kind of similar. They're kind of about 50-50. Like, the darker ones actually seem to have held up. It's the light and brown ones, almost converse to what you would have thought, that have aged a bit. It is backup camera ready. Previous owners did have a camera on it, but if you look, they actually kept a little cover plate, which most people do not do. And I think that's a really good indicator of someone who tends to take good care of a camper, because if somebody actually keeps those screws, they keep the cover plate, they are tending to be the type of person who really, takes good care and keeps good track of their camper. Now, one other little spot up here, like these are slightly peeling. That one had, looks like you're making an omelet, because that shell done cracked a little bit right there. But again, these are just cosmetics. You could blow that off there if you're so inclined. I do like the fact, though, that this does have double propane tanks. When you are looking at a single axle simple hybrid like this, that is very often something that a camper will not have. Now, if you've seen some of my older videos, this has what I kind of call, like, the name's not super pretty, but like a beer can roof, and I just call it that because it's got a tin skin roof. It's not a rubber roof membrane. Keep in mind, though, you do still need to get up there. You need to take care of your seals. You need to do a lot of the same maintenance here, because it's not the roof membrane. People get really worked up with that. Like, what kind of skin is on the roof? The skin on the roof is not the frequent failure point of a camper. Failing to take care of the seals, that is the #1 failure point of a camper, and every RV needs to do that. I don't care if it's this little thing, a pop-up, or a diesel pusher. You gotta watch your seals. Another thing that's kind of handy here, it does have 4 corner stabilizer jacks. And again, when you're in a single axle camper, that is something that is very often not part of the scenario. That extra stability is something you're going to want though. And I do whenever I have anything with soft sides, whether it's a pop-up, a hybrid, whatever, I like to get you right up here, up close and personal, where you can see them in person. You can see that these were not neglected. They were not put away wet and left to mold or anything like that. I don't see anything in terms of the previous ownership of this RV, like I said, that gives me any pause for concern. And I'm not just saying that because they happen to be standing 2 feet to my right watching me record this right now. Definitely not doing that. So when you're ready to get camping, give us a call here at our family-owned and operated facility. We'd love the chance to work with you. And short of that, take care, stay safe, have fun. Thank you very much for watching, everyone.